Something spicy is coming with the Deathwatch, and in this video we're going to explore all that spiciness. I'm talking about rumors, I'm talking about Amazon rumors, I'm talking about the connections between the Amazon rumors and the tabletop itself. So if you are a fan of the Deathwatch, this video is for you. Sit back, relax, and get ready for some premium waffles. Now, I've always been a massive fan of the Deathwatch because where else can you put a Blood Angel, an Imperial Fist, a Dark Angel, a Space Wolf all in the same squad and let them purge the alien filth? It is an absolutely fantastic concept. I've been wanting to do a Deathwatch squad for a long time. Sadly though, last year during 10th edition, they kind of pushed back on the Deathwatch and folded them in to Agents of the Imperium. I kind of understand why they did that, because the Deathwatch is not really a chapter within itself, but in terms of losing all that amazing lore in a codex, it really was like a dagger to the heart. But I think Games Workshop may be changing their mind now. I think there may be hope out there. I think big things are coming for the Deathwatch, and we've already seen it teased by Games Workshop and other people associated with Games Workshop and other projects that are linking up with Games Workshop as well. Now, the first big thing is probably one of the most talked about things that is happening right now with Games Workshop, Warhammer 40,000, and of course Amazon. And that is the TV shows, the media, that is all being linked up. And I want to put this bit of text up in the background right now because this was posted by Henry himself over on his Instagram, all about the 40k project and of course moving forward on what we're going to be seeing. He said, finally, we're also working closely with Dave Wilson, John Orloff, and Blur Studios on a newer secret level animation, which will devote a whole season to Warhammer 40,000, specifically the Deathwatch. Dave has proven to be a master at his craft. He's the lead on the project, and we're supporting his titanic efforts, helping things line up with the overall universe plan. So it's been confirmed that the first big thing we're going to be getting is a Deathwatch show, an entire show dedicated to the Deathwatch, and it's being worked on by Blur Studios. So we're not talking like maybe a couple hundred thousands of pounds here now in terms of development and, cost on a project. We're talking potentially tens of millions of pounds into a Blur CGI Deathwatch project. Just saying that makes me harder than Terminator armor at this moment in time. What potentially they could be doing with this is absolutely amazing. There's a few theories which we're going to get into in just a second, but first I want to talk about a potential rumor that I've been hearing linking to this project. Now, please remember, rumors are rumors. I always have to state this. Just because I say a rumor doesn't mean it's true. Take all rumors as lies until it comes out by Games Workshop or some other media source. Now, in terms of the rumor, I've been hearing that this Deathwatch animation may be involving the Necrons. It may be revolved around the Pariah Nexus, which in theory does make sense because that is one of the ongoing narratives happening right now in Warhammer 40,000. And also, we have had previous animations set within the Pariah Nexus. Of course, Sakan and the Salamander and stuff like that. We had like an offshoot of one where he teamed up with an Ultramarine. We've seen a System of Battle involved in that as well. So there's a lot of media already available around the Pariah Nexus. There's some big characters there. And of course, in the lore, there's some big characters that potentially are going to be turning up in the Pariah Nexus. Gilliman apparently was last seen heading there. The Lion is theorized to be going there. So if it is set in that setting, potentially there's some big names they can start dragging into and using in that animation. Again, that's just pure rumor at this moment in time. Now, jumping from rumors, let's jump to some theories about this potential Blur Studios Deathwatch animation series, and that is Titus. Titus is probably one of the most recognizable faces now in Warhammer 40,000 since the success of Space Marine 2. And one of the theories that I've been seeing online, and one of the theories I absolutely love, by the way, I actually think I prefer this over the Pariah Nexus, is that the Deathwatch show may be following Titus leading up to the events that opens Space Marine 2. So what happens in Space Marine 2, Titus deploys with a Deathwatch squad. We have a tutorial mission where that Deathwatch squad is all killed off one by one. But maybe this Deathwatch show actually goes into the guts of that Deathwatch squad, and we get to meet those characters, we get to meet the personalities, we get to meet Titus actually leading his Deathwatch squad in battles against other Xenos forces. I think that is an absolutely fantastic idea, because you have Titus, which has already gotten the most recognizable face now in Warhammer 40,000, and you've got this brand new Deathwatch cinematic. Put them together, a lot of people are going to be following that character. They got to understand that character. They got to know who that character is. So from a marketing standpoint, it really does make sense. The only one thing that shakes that theory for me is that then all those Marines would have to be Firstborn Marines. Now, I would love the idea of a Firstborn Deathwatch TV series, because that really tugs on my nostalgia strings. But when it comes to Games Workshop, would they really promote Firstborn Marines over Primaris Marines? I'm not too sure, but I love the idea of it, and I absolutely love the theory of that as well. But that's just one Deathwatch show, which is currently now going to be in the works. Games Workshop has confirmed by the end of this year, they're going to be releasing their own CGI show based on the Deathwatch, made by the chap who did the Astartes animation over on YouTube. He's been working with Games Workshop now, and they're doing a Deathwatch animation. Just recently, they've announced that by the end of this year, that's all going to be out. So there's a lot of media now happening for the Deathwatch, not just animation media as well. If you follow the gaming stuff, there's a brand new Deathwatch game that's going to be a hit in the shelves, hopefully sometime by the end of this year. So what I'm trying to get to is that Deathwatch are getting a lot of love. There's a lot of money being spent on the Deathwatch. Now, why would Games Workshop give something so much attention than just give them a couple of pages in the back of an Agents of the Imperium book? This is where my theories are starting to bleed out me now, because I feel like the Deathwatch are going to be getting something big again from Games Workshop. I really hope that it involves models. If they do the animations and it does take off and it is successful, I will bet your bop and dollar that Games Workshop will try and monetize on that. They will do these Deathwatch characters as a squad for you to build, of course, and play on the tabletop, which then equals money in their back pocket. So I'm telling you right now, something is big is coming with a Deathwatch. I don't know what it is, how big it's going to be, but no way Games Workshop are going to be giving this much attention to the Deathwatch, only for them to leave them in a back of a Agents of the Imperium magazine, right? Sorry, Codex, should I say. Mate, I'm getting hyped about it. I'm so hyped, mate. I'm going out and building my own little Deathwatch force. I'm deciding to do like a 1,000-point Deathwatch, maybe a Dreadnought, a couple of kill teams, a Watchmaster in there, just for the rule of cool. Because why not? Because Deathwatch are absolutely bloody badass, and all this attention that they're going to get in, I think it's just going to add to their greatness and bring even more great stuff towards that group of individuals that just go out there and do it for the love of the game. They purge the aliens because they love to bloody do it. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. This is my little rant. Is it a rant? I don't know. I'm just happy. I'm just happy that Deathwatch potentially are going to be getting something big. Amazon, Henry, rumors, video games, you know, Astartes is going to be dedicated towards that. It's looking great for the Deathwatch, because they've been down in the dirt lately, and I'm glad that they're getting the attention that they deserve. See ya, have a great day, evening, night, where you are in the world, and bye-bye.